Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats Special Edition podcast. I am Rachel Chamness, a shamanic channel and mentor at Sound Waves Heal. Today's episode is part of a special series to give you a real peek inside TAG, my monthly membership. This is a community of lightworkers looking to deepen their connection to higher dimensional light beings and their extraordinary healing and light grids. Lightworkers, what you're about to experience is just a fraction of what we do in TAG every program, not to mention the extensive library of healings, meditations, and transmissions from higher dimensional light beings that is constantly growing. If this sounds like what you've been looking for to advance your light work, we would love to have you. Go to soundwavesheal.com/tag and sign up. We can't wait to welcome you. Hi, and welcome. I'm Rachel Chamness at Sound Waves Heal. Last week, we spoke to Zabayo, a Zeta Arcturian, about living your story. And this week, I'm bringing forward a Lemurian Celestial Teacher named Salavù, who will be activating you to the Lemurian Crystal Heart. These are light codes that have come forward now in this time to help you with your journey in ascension. I'll be trans-channeling Salavù and then bringing forward that activation with liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing. Salavù would like me to begin with the fourth dimensional high heart opening to help you with this Lemurian heart activation. Did you feel an expansion in your higher heart? This is a fourth dimensional chakra right above the heart chakra, which is all about self-love and how you are experiencing love of the self. And this balances the heart chakra, which is going through the world with love. And these two are now coming together as we go forward to the fifth dimension for ascension. These celestial teachers are so interesting to me. I'm going to have Salavù come in and tell you all about himself and what a celestial teacher is and give us some more information before he starts telling us about the activation itself. I am Salavù, and I am very pleased to be here. I am a Mu, that is correct. I have come to this planet in the times of Lemuria, which is no longer part of this world in the way that it was. Part of Lemuria still exists in another dimension and is accessible to some of us who are still here. I am in an incarnation and have been since the Lemurian times, and I am still around. I have walked on your earth and taught many of your human beings about their light body and their role in ascension. I have done this for centuries, and in the last 180 years, I have instructed those who are within our space in Mount Shasta, where we converge to help the planet with our vibration. And I teach many concepts here, which is why I have been labeled as a celestial teacher. For that is what they have been calling us who have come to further this information and to further the ascension on this planet. There are 12 of us, and 11 out of 12 are still in the same incarnation as we were in Lemurian times, and one is still with us, but in spirit form. And our mission is coming to completion after all these years, as the earth is rapidly ascending now, as you are rapidly ascending now. And so I would like to speak of the Celestial Heart of Lemuria. Yes, many of you own or have access to Lemurian crystals with the knowledge inside them. There is knowledge inside every crystal, but the Lemurian crystals contain the information that we have set forward for this time. And there is one very large crystal, which we call the crystalline heart of Lemuria. And inside the heart of it are light codes, which are now ready to be released upon humanity for this stage of ascension. And this is not the only place that they will be brought forward. Of course not. There are many who will bring this forward. We do prefer it to be in a song format, and so we choose those who bring forward light codes or light language in a more musical form. And when this is activated within you, you will feel your heart grow. You will feel love more often, more accessible in your body, and you will spread it. This beautiful light will be spread from you to many. As you walk through your life, you will affect many with this light of love. Where you are in ascension now, this light of love is very important. It helps you build your light body rapidly. It helps you see through the lens of love to understand what in your life needs more discernment, more love, and what does not. What is important and what is not important. For things of little importance sometimes take a great deal of time, when this time could be used for love, for more loving and more acceptance of the world, of yourself, spreading love in the way that it should be spread throughout your world. And this heightens the ascension process in great waves. It speeds it up. And this is what you all have been asking for. Lightworkers, I hope that you are being so deeply enriched by this episode and these connections. There is truly nothing that compares for your growth as a human, a healer, and a business owner to connect to the messages and healing of higher dimensional light beings who are here for our ascension. They are literally there waiting for you to ask for their guidance and help in all of these areas. And in our Tag Lightworker membership, we access them together every day and strengthen our ability to access them individually. If this sounds like the place for you, go to soundwavesheal.com, click on the membership button, and sign up. We can't wait to see you there. I have a question for Salavù myself, which is, why are we ready for this? Why is this now the time? What have we done to come to this place where we are ready for this kind of activation? You are now ready as you have released much density, releasing the darker places in the light body so that light can be spread and grown. For you must build your light body with truth and with the light of Source. Many demands and programs have been wrought upon you as an earthling and has been in the consciousness of humans for so long that to release it is very much against the tide, against the norm. When you begin to release these densities that you find are no longer true, then you begin to grow in such a way where you grow away from many of the status quo humans, as you might call them, or humans who are deeply mired in the third dimensional reality and are no longer willing to part from it. They have come here for that purpose, and they must fulfill it. And they will fight against you and your expansion, for it is so foreign and threatening to their sense of reality, because you are now in a higher space, walking through the fourth dimension of emotions. You are walking through the emotion of love, most often. So you must grow more love and more light in your energy field. And that is how you grow your light body. And because you have done so much of the release, you are now ready to add these light codes to your DNA to help understand the world better through a higher dimensional lens. We do have some questions from the collective. From my 5D Daily Facebook group, we have a question for Salavù from Margaret.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, everyone. I was wondering what qualities of the Lemurians we carry with us today. Thank you.
In Lemurian times, it was a well practice to bring forth information from all previous lives and to feel more harmony with the higher self. Now in this life, though you cannot hold all the information from your higher self at this time, you have brought this forward as a key to ascension. For when you can bring forth your higher self, when you can connect deeper to your higher self, you will receive more information. You will receive all the information that you have stored there that you may be looking for at this time, and this will help you in ascension a great deal. If you have not done this yet or not done it consciously yet, then this is your message now to learn how to bring forward this information from your higher self, to seek that information so that you can use it to make your transition to fifth dimensional reality more pleasant and with more flow. He's showing me that when we have this information, it just makes our life easier as we're able to understand a lot more, and it makes ascension easier for us. And I really agree with that. This is something that I teach in my mastery channeling course, and you probably are doing it sometimes without realizing it, is what Salavù is saying. So perhaps you've done it consciously, perhaps you've done it unconsciously, or now you're being told that it's very important that you learn how to do this. I love that. Our next question for Salavù from our 5D Daily Facebook group is from April.
Hello, Salavù. It is an honor to meet you. I have read a lot about the Lemurian civilization, but I was wondering if you could confirm for me or correct me. Did the Lemurians originally create or at least seed the Atlantean civilization in the beginning? Was it their idea? And did they at least mentor and guide the Atlanteans? Thank you so much for your response. I look forward to it.
Yes, we did seed Atlantis. It was to be different from Lemuria in many ways. So it was not seeded by all Lemurians or all ascended Lemurians or all Muse, but from some of us. Not even all of us 12 celestial teachers, but only some of us. We seeded it to help it grow more with light. For we knew that Atlantis would be a fight for the light and the dark at some point. We always knew how it would end, of course, for we are able to transcend time and see outside of the third dimensional time always, for we are higher dimensional ourselves. But we seeded more light within it to help the light. And you, all of you, were in Atlantis. Perhaps not all of you were in Lemuria, though many of you were, but all of you were in Atlantis, maybe more than once, maybe more than thrice. Atlantis was a beautiful breeding ground to understand light, to understand dark, and to understand the struggles that you are now experiencing here on a smaller scale, on a more spiritual scale. The light and dark in Atlantis was in pure sight. Now on Earth, your light and dark battles are somewhat beyond the veil of the third dimension for sure. Within the scope of your fourth dimensional self, easily understood and seen. There was a little more to that question, which was if the Lemurians guided or mentored Atlantis. So let's ask him that. We mentored some, but not all. Yes, a few chosen few we did mentor, for that is what we do. We mentor many. We have mentored many of the great prophets of your world as well, and we continue to do so. Not every prophet is as well known as Jesus, Yeshua, but many are very helpful in bringing more beings to the light, even if you've never heard of them. For fame is not needed to be so widespread to affect many souls. He's like, remember that. He's showing me, because when I do this, he shows me things when I trance channel. He's showing me that many of you are affecting so many people, and you don't have to be as famous as Jesus of the Christ to be able to affect many people. Of course, there are many reports that some Lemurians did train or mentor Yeshua when he was young, in some of those years that are missing. There's some books on that. And Salavù is showing me that's true. And it was celestial teachers that did so. He's showing me, like he's told us here, all the mentoring that he's done, and just showing us that we can all affect the light by being a light and by helping people as we can. And you have no idea how just helping one person could help so many people. Now, April has another question.
Hello, Salavù. This is April L. I was wondering if you could tell me if there are still Lemurians living in a higher vibrational state than 3D under Mount Shasta on our Earth, or in the hollow Earth, in the center of our Earth. I have read that this is the case. Thank you.
He did answer this already, but let's ask him directly. Yes, we are in a higher vibrational civilization. In Mount Shasta, it is hard to use the correct word, in, for it is not quite inside, although parts of it are. It is a higher dimensional reality. In this space, you have seen that there is often a cloud around Mount Shasta. This is part of our camouflage of our space here. For sometimes the veil is very thin. And so we use this bit of camouflage to help us and to signal to you that we are here. We are still here. We are still here helping you in this reality. Or it is our mission. This is Rachel. When he said, this is our mission, I just felt like how strong that is, like how strong their mission is, how much they believe in us. And it felt amazing. I'm so glad. Okay, we have another question from the audience from Christina Watson.
What is the one thing you believe everyone should learn that's overlooked?
I believe the most important thing that you can do that is much overlooked is to sit in silence, in nature, with reflection. No social media or phones allowed in this space. Just a quiet contemplation and releasing of the mind to journey in whatever fashion your spirit guides would like to give to you. This is the most overlooked and simple exercise that can help you tremendously in your life and your goals. I absolutely agree. In fact, I'm going to go sit in silence right after this. That is amazing. I love to use silence in retreats. And in fact, my next retreat in Costa Rica in 2025 will have so much of these silent meditations built in before channeling and after clearing, and it's going to be so beautiful. I'm really excited about it. And it was also channeled to me that it's so important to sit in silence with others who have the same mission as you, at least as to bring light in the world, other light workers, other channels, to sit with them and sit in silence. Wow, it is amazing. And I hope that you get to experience that as well. And another question from Christina.
Can we align our vibration to the energy of Lemuria, and how is Lemuria relevant to us today?
You may, of course, align yourself to Lemuria. All you have to do is call it in, for you have this ability within yourself already, especially if you have lived in Lemuria. But even if you do not have a past life in Lemuria, you have one in Atlantis, which is related. And so then you can call in this energy from either. Although I suggest that you do not call in the energy of Atlantis, for you are already living this energy in the way that it ended with the light versus the dark. But you may call on Lemurian energy instead, which is much purer and will help you in many ways. So please call it in. This is Rachel. I thought he was going to say, and do something like, and journal about it. So I'm going to ask you, call it in and journal about it. Let me know. And I'd love to hear what happens. You can always find me on most social media at Soundwaves Heal. Now, the second part of the question, how's Lemuria relevant to us today? The light codes that we are about to expand to you through the next few minutes in the activation that's coming up is very relevant to you. It is a necessity in going forward for ascension. And so through this medium and many others, we will be bringing forth this healing, these light codes, so that every light worker can access the loving intention of this energy, which is now ready to be expanded upon earth. Now you know why I am so excited about this activation. So let's get to it. Are you ready to be awakened with the Lemurian Crystal Heart activation? Salavù will be bringing this through me with my liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, where I'm just channeling it from Salavù. Naye, naye, ooh. That was so filled with joy. Like, I just feel amazing right now. I hope that you do too. And I was asking him in my head because, I did have another question, which is, where is this crystal heart? Because when I started this, I wasn't sure if there was one crystal heart or it's the heart of every Lemurian crystal, but he's saying it's one crystal heart, and it's not shaped like a heart or anything. It's the heart of the crystal. It's a very big crystal. He's actually showing me, it looks like, almost like this. It looks like a selenite tower almost. It's like a huge crystal, and it's the inside. And I'm asking him where it is, but he's telling me it's where Lemuria used to be. So it's not in Mount Shasta. It's like in another time and space, he's saying. So it's not quite in the third dimensional or fourth dimensional reality that we're living in now. Oh, that was really cool. I hope that you enjoyed this activation with Salavù. It really felt beautiful to me. In the next episode, I'll be bringing forward Ephraim, who is an alchemist elf, a fae being, and he wants to help you with balancing, giving, and receiving. So when elves came to my monthly membership, which is Tag Lightworkers, they really helped us a great deal with this, and also imposter syndrome and other workings of the mind of the third dimension that we are in, and helping us with all of these concepts, which are actually much more important than you think. They are really parts of building the fifth dimensional light body. So he'll be here in the next episode to help us with that balancing. And if you loved this episode and want to know more about celestial teachers and the crystal heart activation, please join us in Tag Lightworkers, which is my monthly membership, where it is filled with information like this, full of activations, not to mention channeled meditations and trance channels of many different beings of light. It even includes gifts of healing modalities from different beings and weekly lives with Soundwaves Hills certified mediums and channels, lots of healing, and a full Lightworkers school. And we would love to have you there. So you can find me at any time at soundwavesheal.com. Lightworkers, what an honor it has been to share this space with you again. I hope you have received guidance and clarity from our time here together. Remember that this is just the tiny tip of the iceberg of what's available to you in the Tag Lightworkers membership. Come join us at soundwaveshill.com. I can't wait to meet you inside. Until then, this has been Rachel Chamness on 5D Channels and Chats Special Edition Podcast. See you next time.